Hi, welcome back to Knacks Behind the Brand. I'm Nhiseana Scholes, and today I'll be showing you guys how I made this outfit from the scraps of a thrifted skirt. I also made this bucket hat from the same skirt, and I showed you guys how to do that on my last video, so don't forget to check that out. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to comment and subscribe, and don't forget to watch out for my next videos. So let's go. The first thing I did was make the bralette pattern, and all I did to do that was use an old bralette that I had. I just traced the breast part, and I added a 1/4 inch seam allowance around it, and I really should have added 1/2 inch, so on yours add 1/2 inch because mine was a little bit too small on the breast area. And then I also added the dart exactly where the dart was on that. And this material is really thick and hard, so if you see me struggling trying to pin it, that's why. And then I start lining up my pattern exactly where I want it and start pinning it so that I can begin cutting. There's not a lot of scraps left, so I kind of have to be careful how I'm cutting it so I don't mess up. And here I'm just using like this really sharp tool to poke holes in the fabric exactly where I put my dart, and then I'm gonna use like the rolling tracing tool to outline exactly where the dart is on the fabric. For the waistband part of the bralette, I just used the end of the skirt that was the hem part, and I just used the other bralette that I had to see about how long it was, and then I measured my like right underneath my bust to see how much I would need to cut, and then I went back and marked it out with a pencil, and then I just cut that part. When I was cutting, I left about like a 1/4 inch seam allowance above the band so that I can flip that part over and sew it on top so that the edge is clean. But for yours, you should leave a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Just marking the places where I put the dart with a pencil so that it can be darker and I can see it on the sewing machine. I'm gonna sew the suede part up. And the same for the lining. Once I'm done sewing the dart in the lining and the suede, I'm gonna connect them by pinning them together, and then I'm gonna sew along the edge while leaving the top and the bottom open. And now for the waistband. For the waistband, I'm just going to fold over that little piece of fabric that I left while I was cutting, just so that the edge can be clean on the outside. Once I'm finished with the band, I just start pinning the breast parts to the band. I'm using the other bralette that I had so that I know exactly where they go. And then I'm just going to sew along the edge of the band. Once I'm done attaching the breast part to the band, I'm just going to get these hooks that I bought from Joann's a while ago, and I'm just going to hand sew those on after I've already marked exactly where the two points meet. Now for the straps. Okay, so for my first plan was to have 2 straps like that other bralette that I was using, but I ended up messing up on one side and I didn't have enough material to fix it, so I just ended up using one side of the strap, which I cut at about 20 inches, and then I just put that around my neck to see if it would stretch to both parts of the breast part, and it did. So it became like an around the neck kind of halter top bralette instead of like over the shoulder bralette. And then I just sewed both of the pieces of one string into the bralette, and then I just cut it so that it could tie around my neck. Now that my bralette is finished, I can start on the skirt. The skirt was really easy because, I mean, it came as a skirt, so all I had to do was just chop down the length to where I wanted it, and you can see in the video that I already have it pinned. So I just start cutting off the excess fabric to like how short I want it, and then I'm just gonna fold over the edge and sew around the seam. Don't forget to leave a seam allowance of at least like ½ inch around the bottom so that when you sew it, it doesn't end up too short. Now I'm just showing you guys my final 3 pieces. This was really fun to make. It came out so cute. I can't wait till quarantine to be over so that I can wear this out somewhere. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and to like this video and leave a comment if you want to. Thank you so much.